What's up, Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Wise Take MLB First Look podcast. I'm your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And today we're going to talk about the 6-game main slate for Thursday, August 1st, 2019. I did not write an article for the early slate for Wednesday. Dealing with a little bit of an oblique injury, but I will have an article for Thursday's early slate for those subscribed to wisetake.com, so I highly recommend you get over there and check it if you want some help with the early slate. But again, today this is a first look show and we're going to talk about the 6-game main slate. I took a brief look. I like both the slates tomorrow, but we're talking about the main, and again, I like it. I think it's pretty good. I think there's some edge still. A lot of pitching to like, a lot of different ways you can go, a lot of different ways you can allocate your money for the pitchers. We can take a look. Garrett Cole at the top against Cleveland seemed more like a tournament option to me. Maybe we need him in cash had it not been for Clayton Kershaw being on the slate. But Kershaw seems like the cash game SP1. That's normally where we start, right? So in cash games, I think you start with him. Where you go from here is kind of interesting. So again, Cole is fine. It's just Cole's against Cleveland. I think Cole is nasty, and I think he's a great tournament option. Kershaw just feels safer. Plus, the Padres traded Franmil the GOAT, which I thought was a super big mistake. From here, there's a couple different ways. You could look at struck Lucchesi against that Dodgers. I think that you could look at Asher Wojciechowski. Not a good park, but this dude obviously has some serious talent. Struck out 10 Red Sox and 6 Angels, two teams that really don't strike out a ton. He was awesome. Granted, this park is not great, but Toronto pretty strikeout heavy. Got rid of Sogard, who's one of their better hitters and one of their tougher strikeouts. So I think that Asher makes a lot of sense if you are willing to spend the money. I think you can also, I don't think it's that crazy to consider Max Fried either, because he's $5,800. I mean, he's extremely cheap. Not a great park. He's been a little inconsistent, but he's getting you positive points. He's only $5,800. So if this was like, we don't have Coors on this slate, but if you wanted to play Coors, or if you wanted to play Boston, who is expensive, or Houston, who's expensive, or whatever the case is, I think you can go to Fried. But maybe if you don't feel comfortable with that, if you look at Fried's numbers are actually good. Look into him. I know that, strikeouts are kind of an issue with him at times. It's like he's not like a massive strikeout dude. But his strikeouts have been up lately, which is cool. He gets BABIP'd a lot. A lot of ground balls. He gets BABIP'd a lot. Look at his ratio of ground ball to fly balls. Just from here. Don't even look. Like, his ground ball rate will reflect that. I'm not even looking at that right now. Just looking at his game logs. Look how many ground balls opposed to fly balls. So, I do like Fried at 5,800. But maybe that's better for tournaments. Maybe you go to Asher. I don't know. I think Asher is great, but I think Asher is the tournament option. Number one, his park is actually worse. Number two, Fried gets to at least pitch to a pitcher, and DeSclafani every ninth, every time the bottom of the order is up. So I think it's Kershaw Fried. From a tournament perspective, I do think Garrett Cole is interesting. I still think Fried is going to help you get guys like Cole and still get some pretty decent bats. But I also think Asher is worth a look. I'm curious to see how popular he becomes. Because this is impressive, and now he's getting a much softer opponent. So this guy's got nasty stuff. And then I think some people may even go to Thornton. I don't know. He's awful, but Baltimore's pretty bad too. So maybe some people go there. I'm not really into it. I think we have enough guys. Asher, Kershaw, and Fried are the cash game guys. Throw in Cole for tournaments as like a work-in, and I think that's where we're at. As far as bats, as good as the pitching is, that usually means the bats are harder to find. And I'm sure things will open up tomorrow. But there are a couple of things that stand out. Boston does get McKay. Boston's got like the highest run total on the slate. So they're interesting. They are expensive, so you'll probably need Fried and Asher or something like that to be able to jam them in. They should be pretty popular, as should the Rays in that same game. It is one of the better hitting environments on the slate, or at least park-wise. And it's Andrew Kashner, who got roughed up in his last start. The Rays did pretty well tonight offensively, so I wouldn't be surprised if those offenses got some love. But I think, just kind of looking into it, I don't mind St. Louis against Leicester. I'm not a big Lester guy personally. St. Louis has been pretty bad, and Lester's actually been pretty solid. But I don't know. I like to pick on him, and I know that's not a good enough viable reason to get anybody on, but I kind of like that. I think they'll be low owned. Flaherty against the Cubs. Look at that. They finally raised Flaherty's price to where it should be against the Cubs. That's a matchup I want to look into because the Cubs can get pretty strikeout heavy depending on the lineup they put out. So I want to pay attention to that. Flaherty's a damn good pitcher. I didn't even talk about him before. That's a shame. But I think my favorite offense as of now, probably the Braves. And I take that with a grain of salt. I do like Baltimore also. Lower owned stack. I'm not a big Thornton guy. But the Braves have just been red hot. They've just been on fire. DeSclafani has been awesome lately, and I do respect him. I respect that Reds pitching coach. But Atlanta's they're very, very tough. Very, very tough. And when DeSclafani has seen good offenses, Cleveland 2 home runs, Chicago 2 home runs, that could help. Get some guys on base, maybe some stolen bases, whatever the case may be. That really helps. So I think the Braves are probably my favorite offense to stack as of now, at 12:17 a.m. Thursday morning. Or Wednesday night, however you want to look at this. All right. That's going to do it for my little mini slate breakdown at this point. I'm going to remind everybody, if you haven't checked us out at ysake.com, make sure you get over there and do the dirty. We'll help you do that dirty to thy neighbor, aka smash DFS. For those of you that don't know what that means, it just means smash. It just means destroying, making all the money. But seriously, we're running the trial thing expired technically, but I think we're gonna push it for maybe another couple weeks. But before you even mess around, you go ahead and do your trial just so you can see what it's about. After that, though, you need to hop on this deal right here. NFL is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. The NFL is upon us. Paulie's already starting to write some stuff for NFL to get everybody prepped for the season. We've been incorporating a lot of NFL talk into our new podcast, which we will continue to do. Next episode should be recorded or streamed Thursday night tonight, actually, for most of you watching this on Thursday tonight. So stay tuned for that on the YouTube channel. But in the meantime, this is your opportunity to get a huge discount on the NFL season pass. Go check our Twitter for more information at wise_take. But if you use promo code EarlyOwlNFL 2019, there's no spaces. Early Owl NFL 2019, you will save $50 off of the season pass of NFL. This includes all of our articles, the live stream, cheat sheets, and of course the Slack chat. So this offer expires September 1st. Basically, it's $149.99. That's the regular price for the season. If you take advantage of this now, you will get the full NFL seasons for $99.99. So $100, under $100, $99.99. But you have to use the promo code, and you got to do it before September 1st. After September 1st, it's $150 for the season. We had an awesome NFL season last year. Had a lot of big winners. I myself had an awesome NFL season, which was a huge bounce back from my previous season, which was just awful. But we had just started things up, and I was kind of spread out. But I'm so excited for the NFL, and you should be too. So go check us out. Make sure you take advantage of this offer because again, it's going to expire September 1st. Early Owl NFL 2019. All right, now time for some top three. So for now, I'm gonna go Kershaw and play it safe like a little bitch. And I want to say Cole just because, but that's just literally a game theory play because the matchup wise, Kershaw is an awesome pitcher and he's been awesome, and he's got a much softer matchup. So Cole is it's do you just to be contrarian, do that, I don't know. But I'm going Kershaw for now. Then I'm going to go with Asher Wojciechowski, right? Number 2. And then, of course, I'll go with Mr. Max Fried at 5,800, number 3. Let's go. Top 3 offenses. So my favorite is probably the Braves right now. A little worried because Atlanta, a lot of their good hitters are right-handed. You got Freeman, of course. You got Albies. But Acuna's right-handed. Duval's been one of their hotter hitters. He's right-handed. Riley's right-handed. A lot of the other guys you may want are right-handed. So, I don't know. Kind of a shot in the dark. St. Louis, I'll say number 2. Again, I know they've been cold, but I like the idea of picking on Leicester. And Goldschmidt's been doing his thing, right? Like, Goldschmidt's been actually fucking red hot. So, let's go. De Jong kind of cooled off since his 55 point DraftKings point day. But I'll say the St. Louis number 2. And then I guess number 3. Number 3, we will go with... We'll go with Tampa. Go with Tampa. Get a little exposure to that game against Cashner. He looked pretty bad in the last one. Not a good park for pitching. And Tampa has been playing fairly competitive. They got Sogard now. Yeah, I'm cool with Tampa. Number 3. First look. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I will be writing the GPP article tomorrow, so for the main slate as well. So if you want to find out what I'm end up on after I do some research and digging in, go check there. Dong Watch. Home run time. All right. So I'm going to go with Freddie Freeman. Number 1, to get some of that Braves love. I'm going to go with Paul Goldschmidt. So I do like 2 first basemen. I like Goldschmidt. You know what I'll do? I'll go with Goldschmidt. I'll pick different positions. So we'll go with Paul Goldschmidt as my number 1. I really do. The Cardinals kind of growing on me more and more the more I think about it. Do I drop 7 with the Cardinals? But their lineup has gotten so different. It's gotten so funky. Yara Munoz I would like if he's out there. He's been terrible, but I'll leave the Cardinals. I'll pick somebody else. Kyle Schwarber against Flaherty. I like Flaherty, but Schwarber can hit some home runs. We know that. And then, how about some Trey Mancini? Has he been doing his thing? Yeah, let's go with Trey Mancini against Dick Cock Thornton. So Goldschmidt, Schwarber, Mancini. That's the Dong Watch for today. Appreciate y'all hanging with me. And if you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button, subscribe to the channel. You need to subscribe. Make sure notifications are on. We do all kinds of videos on this channel now, DFS stuff mostly, but we're going to talk about a lot of things. And if you want to rock with the nation, you're going to have to subscribe and make sure you're getting notifications. For myself, the entire White Steak Nation, as always, good luck.